Buongiorno, good afternoon. Grazie, and thank you for the invitation. That might inspire you, or you might even want to challenge. So I look forward to the dialogue, and thank you again for the invitation. So we'll just run this short video. This is actually quite a humorous video that talks about the challenge I think we collectively face in healthcare. Oops.
Some people like to climb mountains. I like to build planes in the air.
I grew up wanting to be on a wing, wanting to be up this high.
Sometimes the temperature up at altitude will reach 60 below. It's brisk, it's refreshing.
You never know what you're going to come across up here. Canadian geese, mallards,
owls. These people back here, that's why I come to work. That's why I build airplanes in the sky.
We're not just building a plane here. We're building a dream.
I love this job.
I do a lot of things up here. When I look over there and I see that little kid, the look in his eyes, that's all the thanks I need.
Managing the complexities of the digital economy.
So thanks to EDS, but I think this really captures what we have to achieve in healthcare. We have to fly the plane, and then we actually have to build it and completely transform it. And we need different cultures, we need different environments for these two tasks. In regular healthcare, operational excellence has to be totally pervasive. We have absolutely no room for mistakes. We can't take risks. However, for innovation, we need exactly the opposite. We need to be able to take risks. We need to be able to experiment. So how can we achieve this together? Just 2 words about Intel Labs Europe. We're an unusual corporate lab in that we're not just focused on advancing Intel, which is of course very important, but we're also focused on trying to advance Europe and trying to drive transformation through technology. We have 1,200 people spread in 10 countries, about 28 labs. And here's all the different locations. We don't yet have a lab or development center in Italy, but I was here yesterday, and we're hoping that, you know, in the not too distant future, we can have a strong research presence and relationship in Italy. One of our grand visions is to build an enterprise architecture of what digital Europe would look like. Our colleague from Portugal talked about digital agenda, about Europe 2020. And what we are trying to do is build an enterprise architecture based on design patterns. So we can build design patterns for education, for healthcare, for manufacturing, for digital government. And when we build these will allow very fast assimilation of benefits across Europe, will allow interoperability. And from an Intel standpoint, we hope they'll run best of all in Intel architecture. But today we want to talk about digital health. And I think I was reading the briefing material for this conference. I think many people would argue that e-health as a term was coined probably around 2000, similarly a little bit later than the term e-business. And quite a lot has happened. But in terms of what can be achieved, if e-health were a movie, we'd still be in the opening credits. So we're just at the starting point. And I wanted to just share a video from one of our fellow collaborators from Ericsson. If we could just run this video. It's quite visual, and it talks about the evolution of the networked economy. This is actually a beautiful picture of where the network society is going and what might be enabled. And I think we're really poised actually to see accelerated value and accelerated adoption in e-health, and it genuinely will be a revolution. And we'll talk about why things are happening actually relatively slowly. I'm sure Stephen will share some things that will delight and amaze you and talk about some of the adoption rates. But what we're seeing in healthcare, very much this mentality shift from reactive to proactive healthcare, from thinking about disease management to wellness management, from the classical mainframe healthcare system to thinking about personal healthcare, where almost like the co-innovation process, there's this co-ownership of a person's health between the person and the doctor and this joint responsibility. We're moving from volume-driven to really focusing on value-driven. And lastly, thinking about healthcare really as an information business. And I think that's quite a paradigm shift. Now, if we were to achieve such a fundamental shift as I've described there, perhaps the technology is least important. Three other things are at least as important, if not more important. Firstly, we need leadership, and I think the president of the Portuguese Association actually described some of the leadership positions we need to take, not just in Italy, but across Europe. We have to have initiative, because even the best visions, the best of ideas, unless we actually have people who are prepared to put energy into implementing those ideas, they don't go anywhere. We have to be able to execute, so we have to be able to take very large-scale transformational programs and make them work. And of course, technology is the catalyst, and technology is the enabler for this. So just a couple of slides on where are we with healthcare and IT. Well, if you look at healthcare versus virtually every other vertical industry, think about manufacturing, think about transportation, think about retail, healthcare is the vertical that has the lowest percentage of revenue spent on IT. So if you're thinking, for example, financial services, maybe 18 or 19% of revenues are spent on healthcare IT. Even in manufacturing, perhaps 5 or 6% of revenues are spent on IT. But in healthcare, actually, it's much lower. And you can see here, Italy actually spends approximately, this now figure is about 18 months old, 0.4% of healthcare expenditure on IT. So to me, there's a fantastic opportunity in Italy here to invest. This is a report just published last month by Deloitte, and just some things thinking about e-health benchmarking. Electronic patient record systems remain a top priority for investments in those hospitals where there's still not a common central system. Only 4% of hospitals in the survey grant patients online access to their electronic patient record. I mentioned this idea of co-ownership and co-responsibility for health. So lots of room to improve here. E-prescription is among the medical applications that require most attention. It's currently available only 30% of the hospitals surveyed and so on. There's a big challenge around education and understanding what's the real benefit and what's
overheard paper handling.
Faster to see the whole medical picture and to make a more accurate diagnosis. In the past, with all those papers, I could never review this kind of information with such ease. Now,
I feel comfortable when I see it on the screen. I feel like everything is under control. It gives me peace of mind.
this is her letter of discharge. Her family doctor already have an instant online access to this letter. So he will know all the information needed for the continuation of her treatment, and that's very important, okay?
Thank you very much.
There will be no complaints about my handwriting.
Okay, is this the kind of experience you have when you go to a hospital in Italy today? It certainly isn't the experience I have in Ireland if I go to a hospital. Thankfully, I don't have to go too often. But why this is something that was available 8 years ago, if this was in retail, if it's in manufacturing, if it's in transportation, the innovations diffuse so much faster. Now, of course, healthcare is much more complex and we have lots of different interests, but I would encourage us all collectively to think, why is the adoption of new innovation so slow in the collective industry? Just a quick example, actually, of an application of one of these devices to workflow. This is from a hospital in the UK, and without getting into the details, a standard procedure that normally has actually 14 steps. By using one of the MCA devices, the post, it's just turned down to actually 5 steps. So these are the kind of efficiencies that become available. And also looking at for the doctor or the physician, we can actually make his or her job an awful lot easier. In the interest of time, I'm just going to skip ahead. I want to talk about, we'll skip this video, and talk about a process innovation. This is from a hospital in Birmingham, Alabama. And the problem with this hospital is that it's turning away patients because it's full. And what we did, we worked with some other partners here. We're using RFID technology, some mobile devices, some display technology. All of this technology is available today. And let me run just a quick simulation. So all of the doctors and nurses and patients were actually instrumented, and you can see the nurses moving there in the top left-hand corner. I'll just skip ahead with the animation here. But basically, this information was presented. Let me just skip ahead here. Just on a very simple technology, a bed controllers bed, and there were dashboards added so the hospital administrators could figure out who is where and what's being utilized. Now, what were the results of this? Well, the results were very positive. This was a pilot. The unit throughput, or the ward throughput, was improved by 40%. The admission discharge transfer time variance improved by 85%. There was improved safety and patient staff satisfaction. But also the return on investment, there was very strong return on investment on different phases of this. You can see 151% return. That's certainly a lot better I'll get from the Bank of England or the Bank of Ireland. So just by deploying new technology and looking at workflow optimization, so instead of maybe having to build half another hospital, we can actually significantly improve efficiencies. And this is an example of a process innovation. Now here's a platform innovation. This is an experimental device that we've developed between our lab in Dublin and a lab in Oregon. It's called Shimmer, and it stands for Sensing Health with Intelligence, Modularity, Mobility, and Experimental Reusability. And essentially what we're trying to do is have a wearable device that will provide multiple kinds of information for proactive healthcare. So you can see here actually on this device we do 3 kinds of sensing. Kinematic sensing, so for example, like an accelerometer. A usage model here is, for example, a senior, somebody who falls, you can immediately detect if that person has fallen and can intervene. Physiological sensing, standard ECG, EMG, etc. And then ambient sensing. And this provides a very flexible platform to allow all sorts of proactive healthcare interventions to be made. One of the more interesting ones that we've been doing is doing gait analysis, so looking at the way seniors walk, and actually being able to predict the onset of a stroke by looking in gait changes. So there are many different applications, and unfortunately I don't have enough time to go into these, but this is very much sort of the vision of the future, that these kind of devices will allow all sorts of proactive monitoring of ourselves as human beings. Let me skip ahead. To sort of conclude, I want to share a couple of these. I think we're really at the threshold of a digital era for proactive healthcare. And one of the things that we learned, we introduced a product a number of years ago called the Intel Health Guide. And this was essentially designed to help people that actually were suffering from chronic diseases. And we also implemented a mobile version of that. But as it started to get deployed, actually what we found is that there was even more demand actually to use these kind of devices to actually proactively manage somebody who was well and keep them well. I think this is actually reflective of the paradigm shift that we're seeing in healthcare. In Ireland, we have a research centre, Technology Research for Independent Living. If anybody's interested, they can talk to me afterwards. We have assessed more than 100 or 600 patients at the St. James's Hospital in Dublin, and we focus on falls prevention, cognitive function, and social connection. And actually, one of the more interesting things we found, we were working basically on social connectivity, and we found that seniors who were better connected and had better interaction, even though they mightn't be mobile, they were actually weller. It's quite an interesting finding. Now, a couple of last points. One of the things we found, which is a lesson that's not just in healthcare, but across every vertical that we've looked at, that there are at least 6 factors that need to be managed to actually bring a new innovation into full production and to deliver those benefits. As a technologist, we often think it's about the technology or the prototype, but what's very important is what is the vision for transformation? Is there a leader actually who sees how that technology could be used to transform? Is there a business case? What's the business process change that's required? What's the organizational change that's required? And lastly, will the customer or society be able to or be willing to adopt this innovation? I wanted to finish with 2 or 3 slides on benchmarking. Intel has initiated something called the Innovation Value Institute, and this is one of the world's largest research consortia looking at the use of information technology for value. And you can see with many of the world's leading companies involved, we have Microsoft and SAP and Cisco and BP and Chevron and AXA Insurance. And we've created a new model to help transform the way companies and governments and hospitals use technology for value. Now, next week we have our summer summit, so I just want to share this data. We've been working to benchmark the IT capabilities of UK and Ireland, Irish hospitals. And essentially what we try to do is try and provide, if I could just go back for a second, we are trying to provide almost like a GPS indicator for the chief information officer and the CEO of the hospital. So the argument is the technology is moving very fast, but the management practices we use to manage technology for value are moving much more slowly. So what we are trying to do is provide to the CIO and the CEO of a hospital or of a company or of a government is the equivalent of a GPS indicator. We'll provide a location and a roadmap to the future. It's organized as a maturity model, but what I wanted to share with you most particularly is what we find is in the group of hospitals that we have surveyed, their maturity in management practices is actually pretty low. It's actually in the 3rd quartile. So we're comparing the management practices for technology in hospitals to high-tech manufacturers, to retail, to banks, to the energy companies. And what we see, as I mentioned, is maturity is low. So on average, healthcare hospitals are laggards. Now, there is, of course, big opportunity to improve, but I wanted to share this data with you, and we'll be sharing this with all the data next week. The last slide I wanted to share with you, this is almost like sort of the ECG of the hospital's healthcare system, and this is an analysis of actually one of the hospitals in Dublin. This is Beaumont Hospital in Dublin, in Ireland, one of the largest hospitals. And what we're looking at is all of the critical processes that are needed to manage IT for healthcare. And we're looking at the maturity state. And you can see here actually the light blue lines is the maturity, the current maturity, and blue is where they want to go to. And what this institute is providing is a roadmap and the best practices that we've collected from companies around the world to help improve the management practices for technology for value. Last slide, sorry. We're just about to shift, I think. You know, I shared earlier we need to move from evolution to revolution, and the shift we have to make is from informational health to transformational health. So not focusing on how do we introduce IT into healthcare, but actually how is IT the driver actually of transformational healthcare. And you're familiar with all of these. We need to move from IT-centric to patient-centric and so on, and from fragmented healthcare to integrated healthcare. And the question I would like to leave you with is the technology is ready. In fact, the technology has been ready for 10 years. Are we ready to embrace it and adopt it and really improve everything for patients, the profitability of hospitals, the work-life balance of doctors and nurses? So thanks for your attention, and again, I appreciate the invitation to talk to us.